Been involved in a drug program called PADA, which is Pharmacists Against Drug Abuse. We started a pilot program back east. And after I initiated the program, I came back and wrote a 2-hour show with Matthew Laberto, who played Albert on the show. He was a wonderful young actor.
The one thing that stuck out in my mind is you always wanted to please this man so much, you know? You always wanted to do your best work. And it was so important to look over at him when the scene was done, and he was always there, you know, just saying, good job. It was just, you know, it was just nice. He'd come over and give you a hug and whisper in your ear, good job, you know, I'm proud of you, whatever. And then, okay, next scene.
The Fighter. That was my favorite show of all the Little Houses that I did. It was a story about a man who had been a fighter. He was over the hill. He was on his way down. I don't often talk about myself, about my work, or that sort of thing, how it comes across, because that's the eye of the beholder. But doing that particular show and telling that particular story, Michael, he directed the hell out of that. I'm glad you didn't see it tonight. I don't know what happened. I caught a punch early. I couldn't get my head clear. It could have gone the other way easy enough. Just not my night.
Oh, stop it. I swear, after every fight, it gets just a little bit worse.
It ain't so. I'm groggy from the fight.
Oh, that's a lie. That's a lie.
No, it ain't.
Then read it. Remember how you always used to read the Bible to me, Joe, before every fight? Go on, Joe.
I'm tired.
Read it.
The thought of death accomplished me. The pains of hell got hold upon me. I found sorrow and trouble. Did I call upon Jane? I can't understand me. I can't.
It's all right. It's all right. You know I didn't want to hurt you. But you got to stop now. You can't go on fighting.
I have to. It's what I do.
No, but you can't do it anymore.
That's what I do. It's all I can do.
No, honey, you can go out and you can get yourself a regular job.
Doing what?
Anything. Anything. Anything is better than this. Killing yourself night after night. Promise me, Joe, you'll go out and you'll look for a job tomorrow. Promise me, Joe. Joe, I swear, if you don't promise me, I will leave you, and the boy will go with me. Joe.
Okay.
One of the scripts that was perhaps my favorite, I had talked to him about a storyline of development for the boys, where the boys would be kind of going through a transition period and given a test to prove that they were old enough now to be considered adults. Took on something my pa said I wasn't ready for. Michael turned the story a little bit and said, but why not add this element of allowing the fathers to follow the boys, to check up on them?
People always ask me, what was Michael Landon really like? The first thing that comes to mind is his incredible sense of humor. Mike loved to make people laugh.
Carolyn? I ran in a track. I hurt myself bad.
Okay, we're rolling.
It's really dark in this chair, Carolyn.
Patrick, you've got to eat something.
My name is Andrew.
You're right, Andrew. Oh, you're burning up.
Your hand is like ice. We're all sick, Charles.
Take an enema. You absolute klutz.
You went that bad, Joe.
I thought she was gone. Nag, nag, nag. Why don't you mind your own business?
You gotta look on the bright side. Just think what a big meal we'll have tonight when we eat that sucker.
I thought you'd killed another one. He's gotta get in the end.
Calf was an extra bonus because it was too young to leave its mother.
That'll be milk for the children.
I don't care about the children,
Butter.
Carol. I'm fed up with the kids.
You all right?
Oh, my butt. 14 years on Bonanza. It still hurts when I ride.
Like the old saying, all great things must come to an end. And so did our 10-year run on Little House. When it was all over, when all of the buildings, which had become a second home, not only to me, but to millions of fans all over the world, were gone. And when everyone else had gone home, I remember Mike took me in his arms. I was crying, and he put my head on his chest, and he said, "Don't worry, kid. It's not the end. It's just the beginning. It's just the beginning."
The time my dad made Highway to Heaven, he was at the height of his career and his creative powers, and he was ready to do a different kind of show. In Bonanza, he was the feisty, hot-tempered little brother, and in Little House on the Prairie, he portrayed the prototype of the American pioneer father, and the shows dealt with every aspect of the American life. But with Highway to Heaven, he was about to do a show which would reflect his feelings of man and God, man and man, and man and the environment.
Well, Michael had written this kind of hard-hearted, flinty, pessimistic New York, big-time New York City columnist who had seen it all and had gotten a little kind of calloused about humanity, about mankind, just a little calloused about it.
God bless you. There was a scene in All the Colors of the Heart where I'm supposed to be a terrific blind basketball player. Odd, you say? Not for Michael Landon. I made the mistake of telling him I could shoot baskets, and he said, "Oh, fine, let's put it in the episode." So we go out to practice before the actual shot, and I hit 10 out of the first 16. I mean, I was Magic Johnson. I was unconscious. Now, Michael called action. I missed the first one. Action. I missed the second one. At 18, he was still calling action, and I was still missing. So now he decided to kind of turn the needle up on me. He said, "You know, Tom, it's getting pretty expensive." I shoot, miss. Gee, he said, "You know, I could have hired Stevie Wonder for this." I miss. Could have hired Ray Charles. I miss. Could have hired Jose Feliciano. I miss. Could have hired Ronnie Millsap. I miss. Geez, he said, I'm getting pretty desperate. He said, I could have hired George Shearing. I miss. He said, I'm out of blind people. I could go out and hire Marley Matlin. And I absolutely swished it, and that's what you see on camera.
I haven't done too much straight dramatic acting in my life. Mostly I've done light comedy. And there was a scene where a street lady a bag lady really, is accidentally killed during a robbery. And she dies in my arms. And it was very hard for me to do, very difficult. You know, I felt very strong. It was well written, and the actress was wonderful, but I hadn't done that kind of a heavy thing very much. And Michael made me feel so relaxed about it and so confident. We did one take and was perfect. And I looked up, and Michael had tears in his eyes.